Welcome. NSG 423 Study Section 1 Curriculum Process. Introduction. In this study section, you will be introduced to the meaning of curriculum, terminologies used in curriculum development, elements of curriculum development and stages of curriculum development. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to explain the concepts of curriculum, identify the elements of curriculum, describe the relationship of the elements in the process of curriculum development, discuss stages of curriculum development. Concepts of curriculum. Curriculum as a word came from Latin word correre, which means to run or to proceed, referring to the course of deeds and experiences through which children grow to become mature adults. It was earlier associated with race courses and the running of races, and it is now commonly defined as a work schedule or a particular body of courses, and generally linked with an orderly plan and progression. Curriculum is all the opportunities planned by the teachers for pupils. A curriculum, plural, curricula or curriculums, is the planned interaction of pupils with instructional contents, materials, resources, and processes for evaluating the attainment of educational objective. It is all the learning which is planned and guided by the school, whether it is carried on in groups or individually, inside or outside the school. It is the aggregate of courses of study given in a learning environment. The courses are arranged in a sequence to make learning a subject easier. A curriculum may also refer to a defined and prescribed course of studies, which students must fulfill in order to pass a certain level of education. Terminologies frequently associated with curriculum studies. Curriculum development, the planning of learning opportunities intended to bring about certain desired changes in pupils, and the assessment of the extent to which these changes have taken place, a cyclical process revealing creation of what learner needs to learn through objective statements, choosing and or providing the right method, learning experiences, learning resources, and evaluation techniques. Curriculum process. A continuous cycle of activities in which all elements of the curriculum are considered and interrelated. Humanistic curriculum. Curriculum that stresses the need to take human values, interest, and aspiration into consideration through an understanding of human approach to learning. Curriculum planning. A description of the process of creating a curriculum that entails developing, monitoring, and evaluating the total curriculum plan. Curriculum leader and curriculum committee coordinator may be used interchangeably, but the individual must also be an author researcher, experienced teacher and or examiner in the subject area the committee works on. See pages 191 to 193 of the National Curriculum for Senior Secondary Schools, Health Science, Volume 10 of July 1985. Curriculum Guide. A document usually developed by state or local school agencies. The content may be recommendations for teaching a subject on content, teaching resources, learning experiences, or opportunities to be provided, and evaluation techniques or method. Crisis curriculum. A curriculum plan, inform, or a crash program aimed at solving an immediate or recent societal problem. For example, increase in drug abuse among youth in a state may call for planning and introduce alcohol and drug education in the school. Genesis of the curriculum. This is elementary school curriculum that consists of science, communication, human relations, arts, health, mathematics, geography, history, and politics. Curriculum design. A substantive entity of a curriculum, revealing the arrangement of the components of elements of the curriculum like aims, goals, and objective, subject matter or content, learning activities, and evaluation. Curriculum models. Graphic models that enable curriculum planner to visualize curriculum components, their relationship, process development, as well as implementation. They facilitate theory, building through provision of clues of what to think about, thereby stimulating further research and theoretical constructs. Curriculum change. Change in the educational curriculum of a society due to new expectations from the education system of a country, like the 6-3-3-4 education system in Nigeria. Curriculum change should not be for change's sake, but there must be a justification for change. Curriculum foundations. They are those areas that determine what a curriculum will look like. These are nature of knowledge, society or culture learning theories, the individual learner. They are themselves influenced by basic philosophical assumptions, and the determinants also influence the foundational aspect of the curriculum. Curriculum functional aspects. Like the name suggests, they are those aspects of the curriculum that put the curriculum into action, namely aims, goals, objective, content, learning activities, and evaluation. Hidden curriculum. Learning that takes place within the school and during school program, but which the school did not consciously put down as what to be learnt in school. Official curriculum. The content areas the school must facilitate the learner to learn as written down in syllabus, bronchio, course description, course outline, or prospectus. Actual curriculum. Those content areas actually taught to the student or the overall educational benefits a child receives at the end of a course. Formal curriculum. Learning experiences or activities the school recognizes and put on its timetable. Informal curriculum or extracurricular activities. Activities that are not formally recognized or that take place after the school hours, during holidays, or at weekends. 3. Elements or components of the curriculum. The nature of the elements and the manner in which they are organized may comprise what we call a curriculum design. The elements are also called components of curriculum. Curriculum aims, goals, and objectives. Curriculum content or subject matter. Curriculum experience. Curriculum evaluation. Component 1. Curriculum aims, goals, and objectives. We live in a changing society in which new knowledge is constantly being discovered and in which old knowledge is being proved wrong. It is no longer possible for even highly educated specialists in some fields to know everything in their own specialism. With the realization that pupils must be prepared to cope with the demands of a society which is changing so quickly, teachers need to reappraise what they are offering to their pupils. The fact that a wider range of objectives is being sought in schools emphasizes the need for careful planning. The first element of curriculum involves aims, elementary, secondary, and tertiary. Goals, school vision and mission. Objective, educational objective. Learning objective can be grouped into 3 major categories or domains. Domains: cognitive, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. Affective, receiving, responding, valuing, organization, characterization. Psychomotor, perception, set, guided response, mechanism, complex overt response, adaptation, origination. Cognitive domain. This area was developed by Bloom et al. 1956. In the cognitive domain are the objective, which deals with recall or recognition of knowledge and development of intellectual abilities and skills. It is the area where most works have been done. Area where the clearest definition of objective are to be found stated as the student's behavior. This includes objective to names, lists, defined label, compare and contrast, etc. At the end, learner's behavior can be clearly stated. Affective domain was developed by Cratwell et al. 1964. Objective in this domain are those that describe changes in interest, attitude, and values, and the development of appreciations. Specialists in this area have said it is a very difficult area, and objective here are not stated very precisely, and that many teachers are not clear about the learning experience, which are appropriate to the achievement of the objective. It is difficult to describe the behaviors appropriate to this objective, since internal feeling, and emotions are significant to this domain, as well as external behavior. Emotions cannot be seen. This is an attitudinal behavior that is appreciating good water devoid of guinea worm, in contrast to what operates in the village ponds. They show interest by asking questions that would be of help to them. Home visits will confirm whether they practice the technique or not. Summarily, objectives here include showing interest, appreciation, enjoyment. Another major objective is to appreciate the importance of what you have taught. Psychomotor or motor skill domain. Developed by Bloom and Associates. Objective here deal with skills requiring use and coordination of skeletal muscle. Here, objectives are stated in these forms: demonstrating, that is procedure, performing, lifting points appropriately, constructing, designing, manipulating syringes, etc., mending, sewing, etc. are other areas. All learning objectives can be developed in one of these areas. Component 2. Curriculum content or subject matter. This is information to be learned in school. Criteria used in selection of content or subject matter for the curriculum: self-sufficiency, less teaching effort and educational resources, less learner effort but more results and effective learning outcomes, most economical manner, significance, contribute to basic ideas to achieve overall aim of curriculum, develop learning skills, validity, meaningful to the learner based on maturity, prior experience, educational and social value, utility, usefulness of the content either for the present or the future, learnability, within the range of the experience of the learners, feasibilities, can be learned within the time allowed, resources available, expertise of the teacher and nature of the learner. Principles to follow in organizing the learning content. Balance. Content curriculum should be fairly distributed in depth and breadth of the particular learning area or discipline. This will ensure that the level of area will not be overcrowded or less crowded. Articulation. Each level of subject matter should be smoothly connected to the next. Glaring gaps or wasteful overlaps in the subject matter will be avoided. Sequence. This is the logical arrangement of the subject matter. It refers to the deepening and broadening of content as it is taken up in the higher levels. Integration. The horizontal connections are needed in subject areas that are similar so that learning will be related to one another. Continuity. Learning requires a continual application of the new knowledge, skills, attitude or values so that these will be used in daily living. The constant repetition, review, and reinforcement of learning is what is referred to as continuity. Here are some of them. Teaching method are means to achieve the end. There is no single best teaching method. Teaching method should stimulate the learner's desire to develop the cognitive, affective, psychomotor, social, and spiritual domain of the individual. In the choice of teaching methods, learning styles of the student should be considered. Every method should lead to the development of the learning outcome in 3 domains. Flexibility should be a consideration in the use of teaching method. Component 4. Curriculum evaluation. All curricula must have an element of evaluation to be effective. Curriculum evaluation refers to the formal determination of the quality, effectiveness, or value of the program, process, and product of the curriculum. Several methods of evaluation came up. The most widely used is Stoffel-Beam's CIPP model. The process in CIPP model is continuous and very important to curriculum managers. CIPP model: context, environment of curriculum, inputs, ingredients of curriculum, process, ways and means of implementing, product, accomplishment of goals. Process is continuous. Regardless of this method and material, evaluation will utilize a suggested plan of action for the process of curriculum evaluation is introduced. These are the steps. Focus on one particular component of the curriculum. Will it be a subject area, the grade level, the course, or the degree program? Specify objective of evaluation. Collect or gather the information. Information is made up of data needed regarding the object of evaluation. Organize the information. This step will require coding, organizing, storing and retrieving data for interpretation. Analyze information. An appropriate way of analyzing will be utilized. Report the information. The report of evaluation should be reported to specific audiences. It can be done formally in conferences with stakeholders or informally through roundtable discussion and conversations. Recycle the information for continuous feedback, modification, and adjustment to be made. Relationship between elements in the process of curriculum development. Key elements within the curriculum and the relationship between them are shown in diagram below. Content, objective, method, evaluation. The 4 aspects are closely interrelated, and changes to any one aspect may affect all the others. The above elements can be compared with the diagram of curriculum process. There is a difference only in terminology. Content is used instead of materials, and assessment and feedback have been put together as evaluation. Each element of the curriculum is given thorough study and attention during the process of curriculum development. These elements and relationship of course are all context-bound. In current systematic approaches to curriculum design, a major element of the educational context is the intended learning outcomes for students of a topic or course. Intended learning outcomes should describe the characteristics that a student should be able to show on successful completion of a course or topic. Assessment gauges the extent of student achievement of the intended outcomes. Learning interaction and content should help to build towards student achievement of those outcomes. Intended learning outcomes are formed under the influences of university policy and regulation, the interest of the particular academic discipline, our understanding of the characteristics of students entering the course of topic, the expectation of society, professions and potential employers, and educational theory and good practices. Study section summary. In this study section, you have been introduced to the meaning of curriculum, terminologies used in curriculum development, elements of curriculum development, and stages of curriculum development. Now we've come to the end of study section 1. Thanks for listening.